here it is, Gladiator Hulk from Hot Toys. In case you hadn't noticed, this guy is massive and one of the largest figures I've ever seen. You know what? This is basically a statue that you can pose. It's a whopping 16 inches tall with a good bit of weight to it. Gladiator Hulk is of course from Thor Ragnarok. If you're a subscriber, you know it's my favorite Marvel movie. So I'm a bit biased on anything related to that movie, especially this version of the Hulk. Suffice it to say, and barring any more surprise releases, this is my prize memorabilia. It's an amazing figure and one that's going to blow you away with just the sheer size of this thing and the extraordinary details that's built into the Hulk. There's just so much to go over, so let's start at the very top of this monster figure and work our way down. The Hulk comes with two angry and volatile heads, one with teeth clenched and the other screaming bloody murder. The green color tone that's found on the heads and the rest of the body is a color that's not too bright or too dark, and that's just about right for me. As expected, Hot Toys has done a great job replicating the face of the Hulk and the really raw emotion of a monster who's about to tear into anything you place in front of him. The hair on this head looks similar to the way he had it in the movie, where the hair is brushed to one side. However, this one is not so accurate. I'm thinking that this was from a previous released Hulk. However, this is the best face to put on the figure while he's got the helmet on. The paint across his face isn't obtrusive in any way. It doesn't really take too much attention from looking at this angry face. There is a bit of a surprise with these heads though, and one that I didn't think Hot Toys had mentioned in past advertisements or press releases, and that's that the eyes on both of the heads are articulated. You have to remove the hairpiece on the head in order to get to the mechanism in the rear of the face. These two levers enable you to move the eyes around. It's a surprise feature that gives you more added value. Removing the hairpiece also allows you to place this gorgeous helmet on the Hulk's head. The helmet is made up of two pieces. The first is the helmet itself, and the second is the bristles on the top of the helm. When I saw preview pieces of the figure, I thought they were all one color, but they're a mix of red and black, giving a nice contrast to the whole battle-damaged helmet. Once you place it on the Hulk, you've got to attach these two pieces to the side to complete the helm. The head can move back and forth and to the side, and if you notice, the skin on the neck and upper chest move along with the head. It's a pliable plastic that's stretchable but also pretty tough. It's going to take a lot to tear this material. And we come to the massive torso, which is basically a block of plastic that can sway to the side. But it's dressed up nicely with green paint, leather accessories, and this detailed and worn shoulder armor plate. It's got some cuts and chips from the Hulk's battles on Sakaar. The muscles look really nice here, and that's thanks to the matte finish of the paint as well as the shading. It all gives the body more depth and allows the muscles to really stand out from the rest of the gear that's hanging around it. Speaking of which, the shoulder armor plate does not limit the movement of the left arm. Hot Toys was smart enough to use magnets to attach the armor plate to the Hulk, so you could move the left arm as much as the right arm. The left arm has also got some metal-like pieces. These are some nicely detailed ports and jagged pieces that add to the overall look of the arm. Both of the arms can move a good bit considering how big and bulky the Hulk is. Speaking of which, listen to this. That's a mechanical system that's built into the jointed elbows, which gives the arm more durability and allows it to carry its massive weapons, which we will get to very, very soon, I promise. Here's another clip of the clicking. Sorry, I just love that sound. Anyways, these have to be the biggest hand pegs ever for a figure, and it holds the hands well. The first pair of hands are the fists, and they're a bit different from each other, with different designed wrist guards and different colored cloth that wraps around the fingers and throughout the hand. The second pair are the hands to hold the weapons, and they're crafted to look exactly like the other hands, and they do a pretty good job of holding the weapons without leaning or falling. You just have to make sure that the hand is pretty locked into that big joint. The last pair of hands are these open hands, which also feature a surprise that Hot Toys hadn't revealed before. The fingers are articulated. It's not large movements by any means. It's very slight, but it's something that's more than welcomed and gives a bit of variety. And we come to the waist, which is filled with these belts that nicely overlap each other. Again, designed superbly with some vivid blue and brown colors. It's a thick plastic that's bendable and drapes over the lower body pretty well. It doesn't hinder the movement of the figure that much. And now we come to the legs, where I have some mixed feelings. The knees do look odd. They were produced this way, now I'm guessing, in order to provide a decent amount of articulation while keeping some semblance that they're all one piece. That's my take anyway. It looks okay. It's better than the promo pictures that Hot Toys released in the past. In those pictures, the flap protrudes or extends even more, but that's not the case here. It's a bit more tucked in, but is probably the weakest area of the figure for me. The knees do have the same mechanical joints as the elbows. Let's listen to those joints again. Okay, enough of that. The legs can shift from side to side, and the feet are on massive ball joints, and strong ones at that, strong enough to hold the big green guy upright. And let's get to the great weapons. I mean, it's not like the Hulk really needs them, but man, I feel really sorry for those who have to take him on. Now the Hulk's got more ways to mess you up. The name of the game is Smash and Slash. The great axe is wonderfully detailed and designed, with the usual wear and tear that goes along with the rest of the Hulk's beat-em-up accessories. My favorite, though, is this mace with this enormous head. I'm figuring those who fall under the might of this thing is blasted to the oblivion. Basically, there won't be anything but a pile of guts and bones. It's a fantastic weapon and one that will definitely stay with my Hulk. I don't think there's any doubt that I love this Gladiator Hulk. It's an enormous figure and looks absolutely amazing. I would never have thought that I would get something this big, or the Hulk for that matter, but my absolute adoration for Thor Ragnarok changed all that. This is a figure that's not expected to have super articulated poses, because it can't do that, but it doesn't need that, since it's got so much raw power and energy exuding just from the look of this menacing and destructive monster. Of course, he isn't cheap, and nor should he be. This is a giant figure filled with extraordinary detail and craftsmanship. If you're a fan of this version of Hulk, I would totally recommend this Hot Toys figure. You need this figure. It's been a long wait since this guy was announced, but it's very much well worth it. I'm Otaku Surf, and I'll see you around.